The Indian community will not be voting for you. Last name is not Patel. Your last name is Harris. What kind of Indian name is that, huh? You don't even have a Jamaican name. You could have been at least named Marley. If you're Jamaican, you claim you're black, but your last name is not Marley. You claim you are Jamaican, but your last name is not Marley. You claim you're Indian, but your last name is not Patel.
Oh my gosh, Kamala! I love that Kamala, man. Now that name is gonna live rent free in my head. Make sure y'all go follow him. I'll make sure I left his information on the screen, and I meme as well. Kamala Harris, man, I can't trust her. She's a career liar, you know, just like your boy Biden is. And on top of that, she's a DEI in this position right now, because without Biden dropping out and the race being so close, she stood no chance. She couldn't get the votes herself in order to be able to run right now. And on top of that, she's plagiarizing. We have her in real time plagiarizing. Kamala's first major policy proposal was actually plagiarized from Donald Trump.
Because when I get to office, we are going to not charge taxes on tips, people making tips.
Eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
Kamala Harris is a fraud, people. She's black when it's convenient. She's Indian when it's convenient. Hell, she's even Asian when it's convenient. You hear me out? Her actions change when it's convenient. Her apologies are now changing when they're convenient, because she went from no fracking and now she won't fracking. Like, we don't understand it, man. There's no authenticity with her. You know what I mean? She just goes with the wind. Let's read some of these comments. Kamala Harris next week. Let's build the wall. I keep saying that for sure, because everything that she's saying she don't like about Trump, she's actually copying it. And that's what pisses me off about the American people even more. It's like, yo, do we really dislike the messenger so much that we're willing to disregard the message? Donald Trump, that is. Because, I mean, if he's willing to do all of these things that you're willing to celebrate, and you're for these things, and you quote yourself by saying, oh, you know, Kamala Harris is saying she's going to do this tax on tips, she's looking out for the people. But Donald Trump is already doing that. Like, why can't y'all just give this man his credit? It'll never happen, man. Copycat Kamala strikes again. There has to be instances of plagiarism with her past. Somebody else wrote, Kamala Harris stole Joe Biden's presidency and nomination. Do you really think she wouldn't steal Trump's ideas if she thought they would benefit her? This woman has zero shame. Just ask Willie Brown. We have a new Trump ad that hits the establishment right where it hurts and crushes Harris and Biden with accomplishments Trump made while he was in office. You will get chills after watching this. Trump 2024.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Never got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally.
A new world order.
These allegations where we are no longer a Christian nation.
Donald Trump confirmed that he is considering a run in 2016.
Do it.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
He will never be President of the United States.
Donald Trump will never be elected President of the United States.
People are watching these results come in.
We are going to make this decision now. Donald Trump will be the 45th President of the United States.
Does it ever seem to you that President Trump has done more than any president in modern history?
And in the 10 years I've been involved in politics, I've never seen an administration hit the ground running like this.
I could spend the rest of the hour laying out the accomplishments under the Trump presidency, despite everything thrown at him.
The market just had its 12th straight record close.
Taking action to save as many kids as they can.
We were energy independent under the Trump administration.
More Americans reported being employed than ever before.
Those who have served our country in the military to get access to mental health care.
The Great American Outdoors Act is the largest single piece of legislation to support our national parks and public lands.
Created more than 7 million good-paying jobs.
Websites can be held liable in court for having sex trafficking content.
The Abraham Accords, which for any other president would have been multiple peace prizes.
America did not enter into a foreign war.
The employment rate in the U.S. fell to 3.5%.
The First Step Act eases federal sentencing for nonviolent offenders.
Increased funding for historically black colleges and universities.
Allows terminally ill patients easier access to experimental drugs.
Kept the inflation rate low.
Honored with the Bipartisan Justice Award.
Had a massive MS-13 gang problem. 3.9% is the unemployment rate.
Requiring airports to provide lactation rooms for breastfeeding mothers.
Middle class family income increased nearly $6,000.
A dramatic escalation in his crackdown on illegal immigration.
An advocate for educational choice.
Tariffs on Mexico and Canada.
An act preventing animal cruelty and torture.
Taking out Baghdad in general.
Save Our Seas Act commitment to environmental issues.
We're saying Merry Christmas again.
Community development in low-income urban and rural communities.
Help us to remember the importance of fighting off tyranny.
Pulling out of UNESCO, the World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Accords, reassessing NATO and the United Nations.
Stood up for Christianity and the Constitution more than any president in American modern history.
We are stopping the attacks on Judeo-Christian values.
Do you miss me yet?
To answer your question, Trump, yeah, we do. Oh, we need you back, Trump. We need you to come back here, man. I ain't gonna lie, I do love that Obama, when he read that tweet out and how it aged, when he was just like, when Donald Trump said President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States. And then Obama drops the phone like, well, at least I will be president. That aged so well. Anyhow, then we have to talk about her VP pick, Kamala Harris, that is, Tim Walz from the window. Anyhow, I don't feel like doing that. This is the best ad I've seen so far, and it's how most people feel about Democrat authoritarianism during the jab days. What Tim Walz did in Minnesota is the same thing Kamala Harris did as VP.
Clear, over 80% of our students miss less than 10 days of in-class learning.
I won't forget when you illegally banned physicians from prescribing medications for early treatment, fracturing the doctor-patient relationship.
I will never forget being forced out of my job at the VA of 20 years because of the...
I won't forget when you decided which businesses were essential and which ones weren't.
You shut down stores, malls, zoos, everything, and we couldn't even go outside.
I'll remember when you sent positive patients back to the nursing homes, and you chose not to send them to the Bethesda hospital. People died alone.
I won't forget to vote in November.
I will never forget how you closed our churches but left the liquor stores open. I will remember how you promised us data on masks and you never showed the data. My child can't wear a mask and I had to pull him from school.
And I remember how you divided us.
People rioted, burnt our cities, and we were not allowed to gather with our families.
I will remember in November.
We won't forget in November.
I will never forget how you abandoned the most vulnerable Minnesotans by shutting down day programs for disabled adults.
I remember when you blamed Minnesotans when your mitigation strategies failed.
I will remember in November.
You put a limit on people who could come over to your house for Thanksgiving. I will never wear a mask again. I will never forget what you did to me and my friends. I will never wear a mask again.
Governor Walz, we are not your one Minnesota. We are real Minnesota. Minnesotans who are worried about our future. And we will remember in November.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I love doing these videos. These are probably like my favorite videos to post these days, is when people make these ads. I haven't found any new parody ads though. Ooh, it is hot, I'm baking. I haven't found no new parody ads from Reagan USA account. I love watching the parody ads when the Kamala Harris administration puts out an official ad on their behalf, and then he takes Reagan USA on Twitter, that is, takes that real ad and he AIs the voice into what actually should be said, factual things that should be said, but he has to write it as a parody. But last but not least, y'all, we got one more compelling ad. And we know that if the American people seen these videos, woohoo, a lot of hearts and minds will be changed. It says, as Biden prepares potentially to drop out, so this was definitely right before the announcement, it seems, the Trump team turns their targets to Kamala Harris. Brilliant orator. Wow. With an ad just featuring her brilliant speeches. What? Brilliant in speeches with Kamala Harris in the same sentence? I know. See?
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time in terms of what we need to do to lay these wires, what we need to do to create these jobs. And there is such great significance to the passage of time.
So the importance of community-based is they are as they are involved. They're in the community, led by members of the community. They are people who understand the capacity of the community, the needs of the community, the culture of the community.
Space is exciting.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree that there are things and tools that are available to us to slow this thing down.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been, you know?
Oh, now I got a funny laugh myself, y'all. I be trying so hard not to be talking about her laugh. Every now and again, I can't help it, but I got a messed up laugh too, okay? It ain't as messed up as mine ain't no better though. I guess. Anyhow, let me stop trying to make my case. Oh man, I love these. I love ads like this, y'all. Oh my God, let's read these comments. The more one searches for intelligent life on planet Democrat. Wait, make sure I read this right. The more one searches for intelligent life on planet Democrat, the more one submerses there isn't any intelligent life there. Oh, sheesh. I'm here, I know I'll be fumbling my words when I'm trying to read stuff, but I'm kind of intelligent, just kind of. No, but I get exactly what he's saying. This planet, bro, it's defying everything that we work so hard to evolve to. Literally, we evolved to common sense, and Lord knows it is just not there anymore. This would be more impactful if she was on video saying it. There are so many of her speaking that are recorded. Trump should be careful what he wishes for. He can be Biden or Harris, but the list gets short after that. Yeah, I know exactly what they were saying when they said that if you know, you know. Only problem is we all know Kamala cackle will not be the only thing running. Yeah, Obama next term is. What else we got? And who's Kamala Harris? Somebody says they now need quotes from Joe and Kamala side by side. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Watching this, I'm like, Biden, you probably would have had a better chance of staying in the race, because this replacement, dog, ain't it?